Hey guys, how's it going? It's Molly. I'm here today to do my Shop My Stash for the month of November. And I have decided to change up how I'm doing these once again. I just can't seem to figure out what works best for me. So what I had been doing is I was choosing a ton of products and then I was reviewing them at the next month's Shop My Stash and then talking about the products that I was choosing for each month. And it just became kind of redundant because in my head, I was choosing these products and I was like, okay, these are the products I'm using this month. But then for favorites and fails, I had nothing to talk about unless I was trying new products, which isn't a guarantee every month. So I really love filming favorites and fails and I don't want to get rid of that video. So what I've decided to do is alter how I do Shop My Stashes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a few products. I'm not going to choose multiple eyeshadow palettes and multiple blushes and you know what I mean? I'm going to choose an eyeshadow palette, a blush, a bronzer, a concealer, a foundation, however I'm going to do it. And I won't have one of every category every month because my collection isn't that extensive. But at any rate, and then I was also doing a Shop My Stash tutorial, which was a separate video. So I'm condensing Shop My Stash and Shop My Stash tutorial into one video. This month, I'm not talking about whatever I chose from my last Shop My Stash. I don't even remember what it was. It was 2 months ago because I didn't do one of these in October. I'm only talking about what I used this month or what I'm using in November. And then in my favorites and fails, I'll talk about the products that I used and what I loved and what I didn't love. I think that makes the most sense because I really love filming favorites and fails and I like filming Shop My Stashes. And it was getting to be too redundant. So this is the longest intro ever. This is the look that I created with the products that I chose this month. So if you want to know what I have on my face, then you should just watch the video and I will explain all of it. Okay? Okay, so I've already gone ahead and primed my lids and I did set them today. The eyeshadow palette that I am going to be using as much as possible this month is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I included this in my favorite fall palettes, and so that's why I'm bringing it in this month. And so today I'm thinking I want to do, I don't know, do I want to do like a fall? I've already done a halo eye for that video series, so maybe I'll do just a nice warm tone smoky eye. Pretty boring, but oh well. There's only so much that you can do. Okay, so to start things off, I'm going to use this shade here as my transition shade. So on a fluffy brush, I'm taking that into my crease and like just above it also. Okay, then I'm going to take this shade here. I don't have the plastic insert that came with this to tell you the shade names, so I'm not sure what any of them are called, but I'm taking it on my Moda Pro Essential Crease Brush, I think, or just a crease brush. It's like a nice tapered blending brush. And I'm taking this just a little bit lower than that initial transition shade. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this shade here. It's kind of a red toned brown, or maybe a brown toned red. I don't know. It's more red than brown. But I'm taking it on a Delium Tool 776, and we're going to focus this color on my outer V. This is a little patchy upon initial application, but I think that it blends out pretty well. So I'm packing it on my outer V and then I'm kind of buffing it up into my crease and diffusing it just a little because we don't want harsh lines. I'm just going back and forth and kind of building that up to the intensity that I want. These shadows are really nice because you can build them up. This is one of the formulas from Morphe that I did thoroughly enjoy. I have not had good luck with Morphe shadows since this launch, but this one was a good one. Now I'm taking the initial fluffy brush that I used to lay down the transition shade, and I'm just going back over everything and making sure that it's blended. For the lid shade, I want to go kind of dark today. So I'm taking this, it's just a really beautiful shimmering like chocolate shade. So I'm going to take this pretty much all over my lid, but then on the very inner portion, I'm going to take the shade here. I feel like this one's called Queen, and it's a really pretty gold. So those two together are beautiful. Oh yeah, that would be a really nice halo eye too, but I've been doing a lot of halo eyes lately, so I just kind of want to do a traditional smoky eye. So for the brown shade, I am going to just apply it with my finger. These apply very, very well with a finger or a wet brush. They're not my favorite with just a brush, but very few shadows are. I definitely have a little bit of fallout. Okay, and then for the gold shade, I am going to take this on a Sigma Firm Shader brush. It's the E57. And why don't we try, I'm going to try applying it dry to see what happens. Because it's been a long time since I've done that. You know what? I stand corrected. These perform just fine dry. And then I'm making sure to overlap it with that brown shade so that it's a nice gradual transition into, they just kind of like fade into each other. And I've been liking taking it up like into my crease just a little bit too. I feel like it helps prevent harsh lines even more. And let's see. Feeling like it might be kind of nice to deepen up the crease just a little bit more. So to do that, I'm going to take this dark brown, which looks intimidating, and maybe this will ruin it, I don't know. But I'm taking it on a Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, and I'm going to focus this color on the outer V, and then with whatever's left on my brush, just lightly take it into my crease. So the bulk of the color pigmentation is going to be on the outer portion instead of all over. Okay, then back into that brownish red. We're going to do the same thing just to help everything blend. Fluffy brush, back into that initial transition shade, and blend some more. Man, I forgot how much I enjoy using this palette. It's been a really long time since I've done anything with it. Okay, if I had wipes, I would be cleaning up my outer corners, but I don't. So it's a little bit frustrating. I need to figure that out. Okay, really quick before I move on to the next portion of the video, I'm going to do a few swatches of some of these shimmers for you. They really make the palette. Okay, so here are the shimmers swatched. There's a couple of duds. This is the blue shade in the palette. It just I was super disappointed with this one when I initially got it. So this one I very rarely use. Mine has hard pan because I was trying to make it work so hard. And then this shade here, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's gone bad. I've had this palette for, oh my gosh, maybe, I don't remember if it launched in 2017. I feel like it was 2017. So almost 2.5 years. So I think it's just probably expired. But other than those two, everything still performs really well, or swatches really well anyways. So, but yeah, this is the blue shade that I'm talking about. And then this is the one that I think has gone bad. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the rest of my face. For a primer, I'm going to be using the Touch in Sol No Problem Prime Essence primer. It's got calendula flower extract. I am really sorry about the lighting. We've got a very, very overcast day, so I've got my ring light like turned up really high. I don't know if this needs to be shaken. I don't know if I need to shake this, but I'm going to. It's super liquidy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is. This came in a BoxyCharm and I just haven't really used it much. I don't know if it does anything. I don't really know what it's supposed to do, but I figured I'd get some use out of it. I have been using my Glassy Skin Balm. I think that's from Touch in Sol also. Non-stop since I got it like 3 weeks ago and am blowing through it. So I'm going to chill out on that for a little bit and try other things. What is this supposed to do? It doesn't say. Bummer, dude. So yeah, the packaging does not say what this is supposed to do. I'm assuming it's just supposed to kind of hydrate. So we'll go with that. For foundation, I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetics Liquid Foundation, Naturally Flawless. I was really loving this last winter, but I recently tried it again and I couldn't quite figure out if I still loved it. So I'm including it this month so that I can make that determination. This is really light. Oh my gosh. What I liked about this foundation last year is that it provided a very like luminous natural finish, and I felt like it lasted for quite a while. But I tried it one day last week. Oh, but I mixed it with a different product. I think I mixed it I think I mixed it with my Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation that I talked about in my favorites video, because that one's getting a little too dark on me. So I mixed it with this to try and lighten it up, and they didn't. No, they were not friends. They were foes. Okay, I think I can make this work. It seems to be a good match for my neck, so that's good. Okay, I don't have a concealer that I'm bringing in for this month because I'm using the same concealer that I've been using for months. It's the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. So this is nothing new. Okay, so I went ahead and did concealer and then powder. Crap. I do this every time. I was going to use my Flower Beauty Blush Balm in the shade Nectar. But you're not supposed to put cream products on top of powder, and I just powdered my face. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyways because it's the blush that I selected. So I don't know, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll look terrible. We'll find out. What I really need is a duo fiber brush, but I don't have one. Okay. Something on my face. But as I was saying, okay, you know what? That seems to be working just fine. I'm not worried about it. I didn't powder super heavily, so maybe it'll be okay. But I like this blush. It's a nice warm toned blush, and for fall looks, that equals just a very pretty, oh my gosh, that's pretty finish. Okay, do I even want to use bronzer? All right, I'm gonna use bronzer. For bronzer, I've got my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. It's a warmer toned bronzer. I've been using, there's no mirror there. I've been using the Milani bronzer that I talked about in I think I talked about it in my favorites video. I really liked it. And it's nice, but it's more cool toned, and I figured we'd just go ham with the warm tone stuff. So, oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love the smell of this. It's just a really, it's a real treat to use it, you know? It's just a real treat. Okay. So yeah, these, if you haven't tried the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, I definitely recommend them. The one drawback is their shade range is terrible. Physicians Formula needs to get their heads out of their butts and realize that there are people of darker skin tones, but hopefully they'll have something for deeper skin tones soon. Okay, for highlighter, I'm choosing my Persona Cosmetics Cali Glow highlighter in the shade Zuma. This is, I bought this for an indie makeup spotlight that I did for the brand, not for the brand, of the brand. They didn't hire me, duh, but they did see it, and that made me really happy. But at any rate, I bought this to include in that video, and I haven't used it since then. So, and I don't want to be that person, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. I don't even remember how well I liked it. Wow, that's pretty. I feel like I liked it, but I don't remember what I liked about it. Okay, I am going to kind of buff that out a little bit because that's pretty intense. They're really, but it's nice. It's a pretty highlight, but definitely very intense. So if you're not into that, then I wouldn't get these. Okay, I use that. I got to put things away as I go, otherwise I get crazy overwhelmed. Let's do brows. I have a new brow product. I am using the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil, and so far I do really like it. I like it because I find that it's hard to go overboard with it. Some of the brow products that I've been using recently, it was very easy to get like crazy brows. But with this, like, I mean, I'd have to sit here and like really color in order to get crazy brows, which maybe I think there's something to be said about that in and of itself. I think there are people who would not appreciate that at all. There's definitely something to be said for products where you can just get them on your face in a hurry and you don't have to take a ton of time doing it. But I'm prone to being a little heavy-handed, so this works out really well for me. And then I'm still using my NYX Bear With Me Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil Brow Setter. I love this stuff. In fact, I think I'm going to be ordering another one today from Ulta because it's like Diamond Appreciation Days. So I might as well place an order and get some free stuff. Okay, so brows, not that exciting, but they're done. I'm running short on time, so I'm not going to include this in this video, but I am going to be using the Dose of Colors eyeliner that I purchased in the shade Dark Roast. If you want to see this in action, I included it in a trying new makeup video where I used some Profusion Cosmetics, and that and an e.l.f. highlighter. So if you want to see that in action, go check out that video. Okay, I'm going to do the lower lash line. All right, so on my Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush, I'm going to take the two transition shades that we used, and I'm just going to buff this all along the lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this brownish red on a like flat shader brush from Real Techniques. It's the one that I use in like all of my tutorials. I don't have a giant brush collection for personal use, so I use what I got. And then to just help diffuse that, I'm taking that initial like fluffy brush. I feel like I've lost a little bit of the shimmer shades on my lid. So I am going to take a brush and dip into that brown shade that I used. And I am going to wet it because I want it to be a little bit more poppin'. Then I'm taking the gold on my finger just to intensify that a little bit. Oh, that is the eyeshadow. All right, gosh, I love this palette. I'm gonna do mascara really quick and then I'll be back to talk about the lip products and the setting spray that I chose. Okay, so for lips, I have two different products. I have a NYX Lip Lingerie. These have received terrible reviews, but this doesn't, I kind of like it. It's definitely not super comfortable and I prefer to top it with a gloss, but the shade that I have is Ruffle Trim. And this is it swatched. It's kind of a crazy swatch, but I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lips. It's a matte liquid lipstick. The applicator is terrible, but the color is really pretty. And it's definitely a very drying formula. So like I said, topping it with a gloss is a nice idea. Okay, so that is Ruffle Trim all on its own. I think paired with this eye look, it is absolutely gorgeous. And then to top it, I'm going to be using the Milani Amore Shine Liquid Lip Color. It's a gloss though, in the shade Tenderness. Is it a gloss? I think it's a gloss. So this is definitely changing that shade, but I think that's okay. It's pretty fall. Whoa. Okay. Oh, so that's those two together. I don't know that I'm going to enjoy both of these together. Honestly, I preferred Ruffle Trim by itself, maybe topping it with like a nude gloss would have been a better idea, but I didn't think about that. Okay, for setting spray, I've got the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. This is one, you have to shake it up, otherwise you get like glitter particles all over. Not glitter, it's got shimmer in it, which gives you the illuminating finish. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my face. Maybe. It is very, the mist on that is so fine, it's crazy. And we got a couple of chunks. We don't want chunks. Oh no. That sucks. When it first started coming out, it was like it hadn't been used in forever, so it got me with a big old spritz. Okay, so this is the finished look for this month's Shop My Stash. I am really excited to kind of reconnect with some of these old products that I haven't used in a really long time. I will talk more about these in my favorites and fails videos for the end of the month. So at any rate, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy that you're here with me today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.